Okay.
Is it recording?
Yeah, this is it.
Welcome to the Andrea and Stacy show.
I'm Andrea.
And I'm Stacy.
And it's been a while.
I don't know how long.
I don't know. Long enough.
Weeks,
just the right amount of time.
months.
Whatever it needed to be.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It was what it was.
And we're super prepared.
Like always.
I didn't even think about anything to talk about.
I kind of did, but it doesn't matter. We never stick to anything anyway.
And this
I just want to say that I'm back because I want to be back. I'm excited to be back.
yeah, same.
For a while, I heard this lady today in Homeland just say, okay, guys. She was with another lady.
You
they
missed the small window that just opened. And
I thought I saw a call flicker.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to see you.
We're glad you're back with us. Every once in a while, let me explain because it's been a while.
Yeah.
There'll be a window. Did you hear
and
that?
a beep. Well, that may have been my phone.
Okay, there'll be a window open, and you can see just a rough silhouette of a person, and then it closes.
Yeah, that's our us going live in Beijing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their version of Times Square, whatever it is, like traffic is stopped, people are lined up. Okay, so I was in Homeland.
Yeah.
And there was two women shopping. I don't know if they were related or not. A couple kids in this car, a couple kids in that one. And the kids were just being kids. But, nothing unusual there. The one woman's like, well, if we barbecue today and we barbecue tomorrow, and then I just want to get this. And another woman was like, okay, stop. Either I've got to go home or you got to watch the kids for a minute. I'm having some anxiety. I'm having an anxiety attack. And the lady was like, it's okay, just go to the car. And then, took the other kids and I guess finished the shopping. And I was like, kudos to you, friends,
for calling it before you beat somebody.
Mm-hmm, yeah, losing your cool.
Yeah.
I read a quote that said, control your anger, or your anger controls you.
It's true.
I am not in control of myself.
Yeah.
Except
I repress all day long on days that I'm high anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
I repress all day long, and then it can literally.
I
I can do it. I'm right here.
Can you see them?
Yeah.
We have a little air conditioner window unit that I actually cleaned out yesterday, so it's actually
It is
working.
pointing.
Yeah,
this way.
I just felt it.
Okay. It's hot here. When I say hot, when you start going south in the United States, you start picking up humidity.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was 96 on Sunday, but it felt like 102 because of the humidity.
Right.
So,
Right.
literally, that's what my app said.
Right.
So, people were stroking out. Gail said there was one ambulance after another going, and I said, do you think it was the heat? Because everybody was out mowing because it rained, and literally trying to beat the rainstorm last night.
So the other day was my grandma's 86th, 7th birthday, 20th. She didn't get any cards or any special treatment like my papa did. And I actually didn't get to go see her because my car's in the shop hit a deer. Don't even want to talk about that. But, these are the glasses she gave me. I am the 12th day. You are the 11th day. I am, what is it? I'm the Lord sleeping. You must be the ladies dancing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yes. I've got a whole set of these and I love all of them.
Nice.
I'm stoked. So it'll be Christmas year round.
Year round.
Mm-hmm. So I drop one. Or four.
There's nothing wrong with 11 days of Christmas.
Mm-hmm. We're having these none. We'll just
Yeah. Well, and we both recently learned about the 11th days of Christmas, and I may get it, 12 days of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I may get it wrong, but in America, we kind of count down to Christmas.
Starting in October?
Yeah, we put our tree up and whatever. Well, the rest of the world,
appropriately so,
puts their tree up on the first
Eve.
Yeah, the Christmas Eve, which is the first day of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And then they celebrate 12 days of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying the whole world does that, but that was the original thing. So on the first day of Christmas, which is Christmas Day, but you put your tree up Christmas Eve, if I remember what I read. And then you have 12 days, and you could give gifts for 12 days. You could do rotating Christmas, which a lot of cultures do. So that's kind of cool, because I feel like, well, we all know.
And if we could just start at that time, be excited about it, and
Yeah.
just, give you 12 days to keep it up, your time frame there, it would be a lot more, I think, enjoyable.
Yeah.
So the ambiguity we have of just like, here's what we do in America.
I was going to say.
Winter equals Christmas.
Especially in the southern parts when it starts to cool off.
Right.
Yeah.
And as soon as it's winter-ish or post-Thanksgiving, everybody just delves into the season.
Well, as we know, all of our holidays here are run by corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
So if they make money off of something, they extend it.
Yeah.
That's why we skip over other holidays that don't necessarily bring in the big bucks. It's my personal opinion, even though I said, as we all know.
I'm just saying, whoever started the greeting card thing, man, they just wanted to market on life. Stacy makes greeting cards. Should do a 12-day Christmas tree.
Email one every day. I could do postcards.
Like you could design them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be super fun.
Stacy's not living up to her potential.
Who else isn't living up to their potential?
I am in my head.
Same. You know what I actually
I'm a dreamer.
Last night I was got a notice that I needed to pay my my card had expired on some website.
To renew.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And so it's expired, so I don't ever get the notice. I mean, I know the bill's paid, but I don't think about it. So I might have to go in and enter a card and whatever. But for a split second, I literally thought, this may be the time to change the name of a blog that is my actual name that I do not write anything for. But it would have been 2 good weeks of deciding, coming up with names, and then going,
Yeah.
Well,
if you're like me, you pick one thing and stick with it. Unless it's my password, then. Same password since passwords became a thing. I kid you not. I've had to add some numbers and some characters and play around with the capitals. But literally, since my very first email I've ever had, which was in 98, I think, same password.
Yeah. Mine has never been the same. But that's because I forget it and then I just create a new one and then I forget that and create another one.
Come up with one you'll never forget every time.
Well, I did have one that I used on everything. That I, some of the numbers were different or whatever's in it. Capitalization. But that's out the window now. I've joined so many new things.
Yeah.
Also, my laptop remembers them.
Oh, that's good.
So as long as I tell it to, it's nice. And my phone remembers. Once it's put in there, it remembers. But
I'm working on Dean remembering my phone number.
Oh.
We got, like.
Yeah, you need to know because your phone doesn't always stay charged or it doesn't work.
I think I'm to the point I'm going to have to get that yellow ruled paper where I use black Sharpie and write important phone numbers out and tape them next to everything because that's the only thing that's going to be my lifeline.
I haven't done it in this car, which I've had for a while, but I used to print out like Jeff's, Allison Turner's, my mom and dad, my brother, and put, their names and their phone number and keep it in a glove box because never knew because it's in my phone, but if my phone goes dead or I lose it and I need it, I have it. But of course, my mom, I have their house phone number memorized because it's the same number from when I was a kid. It's their cell phones I don't have memorized.
I got my grandma's phone number memorized for that reason, and then I still know my phone number from grandma.
I randomly have Walmart's phone number memorized. I don't know why, but I've known it for years, decades.
1437. 224.
1867.
1867. I was 400 years old. It's about as accurate as carbon dating. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in the mail the other day, we got the yellow pages. Or
the red
directory, the red book.
Yeah,
I was excited about that. So it's only like this thick, and it's like Chick Shannon and Darko, but I don't care. When I need a service, I'm looking in there.
Yeah, because you can't trust the internet in our area. If you were in Oklahoma City where people actually use Google to promote their businesses and things, you'd have a chance. But like the quilt shop, I know, like 3 weeks ago, actually went in and updated their Google information because customers had posted some random pictures of being there, but we had never done like shop hops happening this week or pictures of quilts. So I did the sale that we had, so however many months ago that was. And at the same time, I scheduled the shop hop one to come up, and it'll run. It's free.
Yeah.
It'll run all the way through the shop hop, and then I've got some pictures of some quilts that they old, that I'm going to post regularly so that it'll pop up for people. But I think 13,000 people have seen the shop hop one. Has had 13,000 views.
That's awesome.
So there's like a random quilt on there that's been on there for a long time, but it has like 56,000 views. So you get the analytics mailed to you or whatever they are. But so I need to utilize that more because we are Google based, whether we want to be or not.
Yeah.
It's like a life form.
Yeah. And you have to pay to play almost there. Google's a racket.
Yeah. I will never pay for an ad.
I think I sent it to you. I don't know. But the famous song, like the Brick in the Wall song?
Yeah.
Well, the guy that wrote it, whatever band that was, Fleetwood Mac? I don't know.
The Brick in the Wall?
Pink Floyd, Fleetwood Mac?
Pink Floyd.
Well, that guy that's still kicking, he's got like the rights to it because he actually wrote it. But he got an email from Mark Zuckerberg. He got an email like saying, "Oh, this song is so wonderful and relevant today. We would like to use it to promote Facebook and Instagram." And the guy's like,
"Yep,
beep, 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 beep."
It was for a considerable amount of money.
Yeah, too. Because he's not playing the game anymore. I'm like, that's awesome. People are realizing that these enticing funds people are sending are not so great. And then here's another thing. Did I send you the article about the Asian money laundering ring?
No.
Okay. We knew this was going to happen because we predicted it. We got to write a book. So, Colorado has been going after this Asian, because that's what they are, Chinese, whatever you want to call them, pot growers, right, who launder money and use that money to fund crime, violent crime, like child trafficking, all kinds of just horrible crimes it's been linked to, but Colorado's never been able to take them down. So they, the Wild West, as they refer to it, opens. That's how Oklahoma is being known now, the new Wild West.
Oh.
Interesting. We'll have to discuss that off camera before we theorize our ideas there. But, so they think it's just free range, like you just show up here and you set up a stake. So our laws are, I'm going to say, not worked out yet.
Yeah.
So they just moved this operation to Haskell County, Oklahoma, because, there's dirt roads to get to their place, so nobody knows they exist. So as they're out there in oblivion, they...
putting millions of dollars worth of grow houses, scientific
I think
facilities.
It was like thousands, like tens of thousands of plants.
Yeah. It was,
like,
the grow houses are probably small. Those 100 by 200 foot grow houses that they're putting up all over here.
Yeah. And Oklahoma has one little law. You grow it here, you sell it here, it doesn't leave the state. You cross the state line with something you grew here and sell it, they're going to shut you down.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they're getting people. Well, anyways, they moved their entire major crime operation to Haskell County, Oklahoma. This is what rural police do. You work an 8-hour shift. If you don't get a call, you sit at the corner of the speed trap.
Yeah.
You pull people over and you write tickets.
Yeah.
You do that for a while. What you're looking for is an opportunity to exercise your law enforcement skills.
The most exciting thing that will happen is the town will get a meth head, or somebody will try to cook something. That's the extent of it. It's not a huge operation at all.
No. So these people that have been sitting around all this time just waiting for something to go down, lo and behold, all this operation ran by, I think it was like 30 Asians, shows up in the middle of a field in their county. Within 6 months, they have the whole operation shut down. 21, like, federally wanted, like, criminal, like, people arrested. Federal charges pending. If they just convict them on the minimum, they're all looking at, like, 8 years prison time. And that's if the ones don't roll on the other ones. They seize millions of dollars in cash, all the assets, a third party, which was someone, I'm going to guess local, because they're not disclosing their name and they're not really holding them accountable, because I kind of feel like that person maybe didn't know what they were getting into.
The property, okay,
and applied for the license to be grown on their land and everything.
Yeah.
So, they're protecting that person. But
won't be hard to find out.
So Colorado news station was interviewing the Haskell County Sheriff.
Oh boy, I missed that.
He was a Bubba.
Yeah.
Big crowd, hat inside his Bronco-esque like police cruiser with the camera up on the dash. Like talking. And he's just like, I can't even remember what he said, but in my mind it went something like this. We ain't got nothing better to do, y'all. Keep coming out here and we'll keep shutting you down. And I got to think of it. They don't. Because since you rolled into their town, everybody was watching you.
Yeah, and they let you build.
Mm-hmm.
They just
everywhere you went to buy a screw or a piece of tin.
They let the town take advantage of the money of selling the product.
They were asking questions.
Yeah.
They were calling. They were writing down tag numbers. Don't think we don't do that.
Everybody does that.
Because we do that.
Yeah.
CCTV is just right here, people. So anyways, that was a mistake. So I figure what's going to happen is now word's going to spread that, dang, we can't intimidate them. They've got nothing better to do, and they'll shoot back.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I, living in Oklahoma my entire life, Stacy, as well, aren't dumb enough to plan an operation in the middle of one of these rural counties and try to get away with anything and think you're not being watched.
Yeah. Oh, mercy. I mean,
those 2 or 3 farmhouses you guys drove every day to get back and forth, they knew how many of you were coming and going. And no, they didn't think you all looked alike. That stereotype. They knew who you were.
Yeah. And if you go anywhere into the woods, there's about 45 deer cameras.
Think about that. Never mind the trail cam footage is going to show up in federal court that day.
So, if you're peeing in the woods.
Now, right after this 8-point buck comes by, what you're going to see is that black SUV right there, and you see that they had 2 people in it when they left, and now there's 4. 4.
Or worse, there were 4 coming in and 2 leaving.
Yeah, more people getting out than are coming in and getting out. Y'all are just dumb. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all are dumb.
Well, thank goodness that they just grew up watching Westerns and didn't realize that we're not those same people. And I don't have that bad of an accent compared to other people in my family.
Right.
But my accent is still enough that when we were in California, I got made fun of to my face. Mm-hmm. However, the look I shot that person shut them up immediately. Mm-hmm. But we sound dumb
I guess we probably do.
And
I hear other people think they sound dumb. I don't even know what I really sound like.
But they're not dumb. They just sound to you dumb because they draw things out, use words you don't use.
Or expressions are a little odd. I was Kiss My Grits popped into my head today, which was really not an expression. It's from a TV show, I think.
Yeah, everybody knew that one, I think.
But if I ever get a tattoo,
Kiss
it
my
might be that.
grits. You gonna get it on your grits?
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, so I thought, go Oklahoma. This is like, they're living for it. And
yeah, and they'll seize all that money.
Think of the one that moved in down here. It's on every church's prayer list.
It
in town.
Yep.
They're going to evangelize you into prison. That's what they're going to do.
When it gets caught on fire, everybody will be like, it's the Lord's will.
Yeah. Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah. That's southeast Oklahoma. Yeah. You move to Idaho, you make someone mad, they're going to burn your house. You make them mad again, they're going to burn it with you in it.
And if you go to like,
And trust me, no one's going to see anything.
No. I have got to watch that documentary. Oh, I just have the name in my head. It's on some channel I don't get.
You were telling me about that. The town that no one saw anything.
Yes. It starts with an S, I think. But I have got to figure out how I can watch that for free. I'm sure it's on YouTube broke down or something. I know people...
Skidmore.
Yes.
Skidmore, Missouri. The hills of Missouri. Those are not the mountains of Colorado either. If you think you're going to skip here and jump on that bandwagon when they legalize it, you're going to be stepping on some toes of some major operation. You know, there's a horror show, The Hills Have Eyes?
Yeah,
I was thinking the planes have eyes, too.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
you said, the trail cameras and all that.
Yeah.
Decoy deer out there. You think they're just crazy.
Oh, maybe that's on Netflix. No, Sundance. No, I don't pay for Sundance. Oh, it looks like, well, I always get excited because it says it's on Amazon, and then you have to subscribe to Sundance to watch it.
Yeah.
But I'll
stopped playing the subscription.
Yeah, me too. We have a Fire Stick, so we might have Sundance on there already.
Well, and I also just want to say, chapters closed on the pandemic in Oklahoma.
Has been. I mean,
so we might not even have to address that
chapter
anymore.
I think we opened the book, we read the title, and the prologue.
We skimmed it.
Mask check. Not all the time. Okay.
I like all the signs going into business. We support vaccinated people's rights to not wear masks. Unvaccinated people are required to wear a mask.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like our book is like the one college book that somebody wrote in.
All the answers
we highlighted and then rewrote like parts of that book.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Nobody knocked us about it. We slid right by there, and when we opened up, we didn't announce it. Not like Chicago recently did.
High $250 gift card.
It's insulting.
That is dumb.
Yeah, it's insulting. The mayor.
Who thought of that?
Decided to. Well, it had to be her, because that's just right down her thing. But the mayor in Chicago decided to get several $250 gift cards and hide them
like
in the 77 provinces of Chicago.
Like some of those, you're not going to go around looking.
No.
Right?
I mean, why wouldn't I don't want to go there right now, but yeah, it infuriated me.
I wouldn't even go around Chickasha looking.
I mean, with That,
I just honestly.
no, not for, no.
So that's money that was supposed to go to the citizens, and that's how they decided to distribute it, instead of supporting like a real valid organization
Or
that
paying
could have done
somebody's
something.
water bill, or, I mean, I know that's kind of like not actually feasible.
Food banks,
but they
stock up the food bank.
Yeah.
I mean, something where you could see they tried, you know, or I don't know, maybe just replace all the busted street lights or something. Like,
I don't know, hire police. Oh wait,
mm,
never mind. I guess you could just buy bulletproof vests and throw them around and let people just. It's like this block's bulletproof vest. You can change it from house to house.
yeah. Oh, and guess what? California needs somebody to come and clear out Venice Beach for their 4th of July celebration. All the homeless tents and all the violence and the crime and everything that's going on there is
Problematic.
a problem.
I saw where they sent they called them liaisons from the sheriff's office to talk to the homeless there. I read that article, and the people that lived there were not the homeless. The people that actually lived there were cheering them on. But I was like, it's come to that point that you're excited about a liaison.
Yeah. So, like, I guess one guy got, like, punched out. Police officers standing there. This is the LA. Is it LAPD?
I'm not sure.
Whatever. The police. The police. Not the sheriff, but
I think that's the Venice police.
So they don't arrest you or do anything because that's considered misdemeanor now.
Yeah, because they just write tickets and don't take them.
And the shop owner was complaining. And I thought, oh, no.
Yeah.
You're going to sit there and take a punch. You're going to learn how to throw a punch. I mean, if we're coming to that.
Yeah.
If we're coming to that, I'm about to vacation to Venice and help clear out some
It's
people.
not like even in school, somebody hits you, they get suspended and you do nothing, you stay there. But if you hit them back, you both get suspended. But you still have a black eye whether you hit them back or not. Mm-hmm. And tomorrow they might hit you again when they come back because they might get mad about that suspension. So when the guy gets a ticket written, not that he'll ever pay the ticket, be held accountable for the ticket,
but still,
why wouldn't you just beat the crap out of him?
Oh, I would.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't play that game. I wouldn't play that game at all. I mean, if we're getting to where we have to settle stuff in the streets like that.
Yeah. And then just think if it was a girl, just a small, like an Allison-sized girl walking through there, what they could do and get away with. Like, I've talked about this till I'm blue in the face. I don't understand.
If we want to get to the every man for ourselves thing, let's do it.
Yeah. I've been seeing people on trains and things start to stand up for themselves in different, I call them news stories, but it's not like it's 4, 5, or 9. Mm-hmm. It's like some some .coms put it out. Yeah. But like kids playing music too loud and be it on a train, like public transit, in areas that normally doesn't happen, they're getting emboldened. And adults asking them to nicely turn it down and then them bowing up. It's one thing for them to ask them and not do it and just laugh about it. That's a teenager. Yeah. But to bow up and say, make me turn it down, these kids turn theirs down because they got made to turn it down. And it was one guy walked up and said, you're not in school. He all but said, you're on my train now, MF. And then a guy got up behind him and was like, we have both asked you nicely, and like you said, you're not in school. And they did. You could hear them laughing, and then they realized that they were fixing to get beat. Yeah, well, it just takes 1 or 2 times. And I'm not saying I don't know who was in the wrong or the right, but I have witnessed that myself, where people get rude and unruly. Mm-hmm. Not people, kids in herds tend to do it. Yes. And that's like natural. We talked about that before. Like when you see a group of kids walking down a road,
You might as well just go around because they've got to prove themselves, and that is the moment. You know, I get it. It's how you define yourself. But if you're a smart kid, you realize when you're pushing someone past the limit. Yeah. You've got to use discretion.
And the thing is, you don't know who you're standing in front of.
And if you don't know that line, some people will show you.
Yeah, you'll learn it. Mm-hmm. You'll learn it. Everybody does eventually.
I guess maybe we just have to get back to that point.
I think
That'll
do.
Get some.
And I also feel like people have been locked. I also feel like people have been locked up for so long, they have forgotten how to interact with other people.
That's true.
In a kind way.
That's true.
They've been so demanding.
Yeah.
Some have been so scared, and they've had instant gratification being at home if they were able to order their food online, order their groceries, like the whole thing. And then you go to an understaffed restaurant because no one will work because they're making more money staying at home. I don't fault them for that. Take advantage of that while you can. But then they lose their mind in a restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what stops that?
And I'm a rager. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'm that petty.
Yeah.
But I do that. It's like I build and then I explode. I build and I explode. And I get that. But, you know, that goes both ways. Those servers and stuff.
Yes.
You know, God help them. That's just ridiculous. That. Yeah.
Well,
that's just people needing to learn boundaries and be put in their place.
Yeah.
It is the Wild West.
It is. Bring it, baby. I guess that's all I have to talk about.
Me too.
Because I'm going to end up getting mad in a minute thinking about all this
Welcome back to Oklahoma, y'all.
Glad we're back. Glad you're back. We'll see you the next time we see you.
Soon.